And now, Giant Sports Talk Live. Here are your hosts, Eric and Glenn.
All right, good evening, everyone. Welcome to Playoff Sports Talk Live. We'll cover the last two games that happened today. We had the Cleveland Guardians versus the Detroit Tigers earlier, and the Kansas City Royals and New York Yankees has just wrapped up about, 20 minutes ago or so. Fun games to watch, both of them. Again, close games for the most part. That first game, though, boy, that was on the edge of your seat, wondering what was going to happen with that one. But yeah, with the Yankee game, I kind of saw that one coming for the simple fact that I don't trust Rodon, and it showed it. What was that in the fourth inning? Was it the fourth inning? I think it was, where the Kansas City scored their 4 runs. Kind of saw that coming. I thought that Detroit was going to win that first one because of Skubal. Granted, he came out in the 7th, but still, it was he had a fantastic performance. Went 7 strong, got some key double plays in 2 innings that prevented any runs coming across for the Guardians. And that kind of told the story. And then, of course, in the top of the 9th, off of Class A, again, playoff baseball, you never know what the hell's going to happen. You had to Kerry Carpenter come up and hit that 3-run bomb. And that was it. Yeah. What'd you think, Glenn?
Well, like you said, you never know in playoff baseball what names are going to hurtle themselves at you. Kerry Carpenter at a Virginia Tech, just a second-year player. Mm-hmm. Not on my radar today, but look what he did. Lots of great catches in the outfield today.
Woo!
Defense.
Yeah. Stephen Kwan and then Austin Meadows, both of them had some fantastic. And then Noel, that ball he got in the corner, threw a strike to second base and was able to get the runner. Oh, my God, that was fantastic. I mean, he threw it all the way from the right field corner, didn't one-hop it, straight to the second baseman, got the tag, was able to get him out. That was amazing.
Yeah, an arm like Ellis Valentine today. Boy, I'll tell you. And that catch, Cleveland.
Kwan's catch. Ooh, yes.
Boy.
Stephen Kwan. I had to
do the super slow-mo. They slowed it down, and then I did the super slow-mo with my remote, and I'm telling you, man, it was talk about a game of inches.
Literally.
Yes.
I mean, he just happened to have that part, the bottom part of that glove, able to get that ball rather than hitting the grass. It's fantastic. And Eric, yes, you are correct. Again, Judge doesn't do anything in the postseason. Again, that's why I asked Tommy, is he got the Kershaw-itis? Because he just does not get it done in the playoffs. This isn't the first time. He did it last year, and he's doing it again this year. So, I don't know.
When you say doing it, I mean, he's not doing it.
No.
And Soto. No. How about Mr. Soto?
Yeah, today he didn't do nothing. But, hell, the first game he had 3 hits. In the first game, he had 3 hits. So, he's doing okay, right? But
Torres and Soto, they go hitless. Everyone else in the Yankee lineup had 1 base knock. That was it. So
no, Judge actually did
spread out.
He did almost hit he almost hit a home run to that right center field.
You go into a game and you just say, you know what? It's the same with the Dodgers series. You're going in there saying, shut down Ohtani. Let's worry about the rest. Mm-hmm. Same here. Royals are shutting down the big bat. And then you work around it. So,
and that was the key point I was talking about before we started getting into the playoffs.
Yeah,
I said Kansas City's pitching, that's going to be the key. If they can negate the power of the New York Yankees, they could win it, man. What's up, Mo? There's no doubt about it, because again, it's all about the pitching, the defense, and timely hitting. Today, Kansas City had the timely hitting along with 1 long ball. Pitching was great. Defense was great. And there you go, man. That's how you win games, and that's how you win in a postseason.
Yep. So we regroup, take a deep breath, review all these, and after a good night's sleep, we're back at it again tomorrow.
You know what's unique? You know what's unique about all 4 of these games? They're all split. Every single one of them split. Every single game in the playoffs are 1-1. So it makes it fun.
Hump day is going to be Wednesday. Is going to just be like Saturday all over again. We got 4. on the dock.
Yeah, tomorrow is only the National League, and then, like you said, on Wednesday, we're going to have all 4 games playing.
You guys getting burnt out at all? Man, jeez. I got through
No
that Yankee
way.
game partway through, and I was like, I need a little break. I started flipping through the remote. I was like, oh my gosh. And then a couple of times, you ever do this, Eric? I can't be the only guilty one. Have you ever watched something intently on television? You're glued. You go, geez, long commercial break. So you turn the channel, and it's like 14 minutes later, you go, oops, forgot to go back. I did
that happens.
Tonight. I did that tonight. I was watching Murdoch Mysteries. I'm like, okay, he's dead. Oh, I forgot about the game. So I had to go back. I missed an inning. I missed a whole inning. But anyway.
Well, I'll tell you what, I think the reason why you might be getting burned out, again, there's more games to watch. We're used to just watching one game, San Francisco Giants, and then talking about it. But now we got a lot. We got 4 games that we're following. Of course, when it gets to the CS, then it's only the 2 games. And then World Series time, it's, all eyes are focused on that one game. So, yeah. Hey, let's take a look at
8 games in 3 days for you and I, basically. Missed a couple innings here and there, but
it's fantastic, dude. I love it. I freaking love it, man. Absolutely.
I got to admit, some of the games I'm more into. I'm not really into this Kansas City Royal Yankees series, but the Tigers Guardians got a little interest. I'm more interested, to be honest with you. Maybe it's because
the National League
Giants. I love the National League playoffs. Those are
the National League. The Mets and the Phillies and the Dodgers and the Padres are fantastic. I love those damn series. Yeah, I don't think it's just because I'm partial to the National League. It just seems those series are a little bit more intense because of the back and forth, right?
Hey, before we jump into the games today, don't want to get ahead of ourselves here, but what's his name up here in Canada? He's from Toronto, actually. The backward hat guy. The backward hat guy. You know what I'm talking about?
Who are you talking about?
Anyway, he does an awesome baseball channel. He's covering the playoffs.
Oh, Jim Riley. Jim
Riley narrowed down the landing spots for Willy Adames today.
What'd he say? Let me guess. Dodgers, Giants. Dodgers, Giants, and Brewers.
Dodgers.
Giants.
No Giants. He said
no Giants.
He said they won't touch him.
Okay, then. Brewers. Going back to the Brewers?
Nope. Who did he have on the list? Now, see, I started the story. I have to go look it up. I watched it at about 9 this morning. I'll find out the 3 teams. But LA Dodgers. Oh, Seattle Mariners.
Oh, the Mariners. I think the reason why there's stories with the Dodgers is because he knew Andrew Friedman. Remember, Andrew Friedman used to run the Tampa Bay Rays when Adames was with that organization. So there's a connection there. So yeah, that seems legitimate.
So he doesn't have him heading our way. So, which is good news to me.
Yes, Steven Ortega. Yes.
Where will Bo Bichette go? Seattle Mariners, LA Dodgers. It's all the big names for all these guys. It's going to be the same over and over.
I tell you what, Steven, I had a lot to say about that. Matter of fact, I had some good conversations with people on Twitter talking about that very thing that Will Clark said. We'll play that a little bit later. I don't know if you happen to see it, what Will Clark said on, what's that podcast? I can't remember. The one he's on.
No, I didn't catch anything like that. All baseball working this morning on the radio, and then I just kicked the feet up, was watching baseball all day. You are a man about town, Eric. You got your finger in each pie, man. You're on Twitter and you're on the YouTube.
It's Twitter.
You're everywhere.
That's what it's about. No Filter Network. Thank you, Ibrahim. Appreciate it. I knew he would rescue me. But yeah, interesting comments by Will Clark. Kind of stuff that a lot of people, especially on this channel, have talked about. But it was put in a way that Will Clark knows how to say it best. So we'll take a listen here a little bit. Good stuff.
One thing about Will Clark, calls it like it is, doesn't he?
Yeah, he definitely has his own. I mean, think about it. He played baseball in a different era, so he's gonna have his own opinion, which is fine, right? I got no problem with it. Again, because of what he's seen that has worked when he played baseball. You got to take that into consideration, right?
All right, let's take a look at the games, Eric.
I don't think, okay, real quick, I don't think Adames is coming. I saw that whole NBC Sports area. All they're doing is they're using information that John Heyman is putting out there, talking about the Giants, the Dodgers, the Brewers. So I don't put any stock into that, to be honest with you. All right, here we go.
Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed he stays away.
Here we go. Tigers won the first one, 3-0. Guardians were only to muster 3 hits in that whole game, man. I'm telling you, Scooble. And then the bullpen from Detroit was fantastic. They just Guardians couldn't get nothing. They were mounting some stuff there, a couple of innings, had a chance, and then they hit into 2 double plays in 2 different innings. Prevented any kind of runs coming across for the Guardians. So it could have been a different game if they got a hit with some guys in running with some runners in scoring position.
It's funny, isn't it, Eric? You're throwing the ball at that what we see on television, the little square box.
Mm-hmm.
And then, like anything in life, you can count them up on 4 fingers and a thumb. The elite. Scooble's that guy, man. He just, when he goes out there, you got a great chance to win.
Absolutely.
Kershaw was like that in the day. Fernando Valenzuela. There were just so many players I grew up watching that you knew when they went out there, Eric, like they were elite, and Scooble is as elite as they get.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Ibrahim, I said the same thing. I couldn't believe Clase got rocked. The whole year he was taking care of business, and then here you get into the postseason, and it didn't work out, man. That happens, man. It's baseball, man. It's baseball. As a matter of fact, that's why I'm taking a look at the pitching line. It's because that's kind of what the story of the game of the first one. Scooble goes 7, only allowed 3 hits, 8 strikeouts. Guy was phenomenal. Vest comes in, 1 inning pitched, only 1 strikeout. Brisky came in, 1 inning, no hits, 2 strikeouts.
Brisky looked
good. Matt Boyd did okay, man. 4 2/3, allowed 4 hits. He got into some trouble, but he was able to get out of it. Had 5 strikeouts. He did good. Smith did good, went 1 2/3, had 2 strikeouts. Heron went 2/3, had 1 strikeout. Gaddis had 2/3, had 1 strikeout. And this is where this is the line that just didn't make any sense, man. Look at that. Goes 1 inning, gave up 4 hits, 3 earned, again off of the Kerry Carpenter home run, 3-run home run in the top of the 9th. He grooved that one right down the middle. Oh, just a little bit low, but that was the sweet spot for a left-handed swing. And Kerry Carpenter. And if you notice, I don't know if you watched that app, he was way out in front of the slider and the off-speed stuff that Clase was. I was like, man, just stay with that, because his bat was sped up. He was waiting for 99 to 100 miles an hour. And he should have
something else that transpired today, Eric? Something else that transpired that I talked about the other day. You may remember. 2 outs in the 9th.
Mm-hmm.
And then a hit, and then a hit, and then a home run. All these teams are getting things going with 2 outs, nothing going on. Hey, 1 more out, you're out of the inning. And boom,
sucks, doesn't it?
It happened again today.
Yep. I mean, it's baseball, man. That's again
circumstance, but man, things can turn around on a dime, eh?
That is the beauty of the game of baseball. You just never know. You could have the ace on the mound, and all it takes is I don't want to say a lucky swing, but all it takes is 1 swing of a bat, and the whole dynamic of the game can change on a dime. And that's what happened.
Abraham, Cleveland is definitely not you.
Nice.
What he says?
Yeah, I see that.
What he says.
Nice. All right, there was that one.
Place for the ball. Or Class
And
A.
the second game, Royals beat the Yankees. Kind of saw that one coming again because he was on the mound.
Jesus, George Brett got more television time than you and I get, Eric.
Yeah, I heard he was. I was on the road at that time, but I heard he was absolutely stoked when
they had him on the TV every inning
when Perez hit that home run.
I don't know.
All right, here we go.
How old his wife is? She looks 30 years younger. Jeez.
And look how many hits Kansas City had. 11 hits, 4 runs. All those runs came in that fourth inning. New York had 7 hits, which is okay, but only managed 2 runs. Again, one of those runs coming on a Jazz Chisholm home run in the 9th inning. They were making a little bit of noise. You're starting to wonder, what's going to happen here? But Ursig was able to get through it. But check out this.
Eric, you and I watched the ball games, predominantly the National League and most importantly the Giants during the season. But I'm telling you, man, I'm seeing Zerpa. I'm seeing players I don't even know they were born. Who? I don't even know them. Zerpa. Who is Zerpa? Never heard of him.
Again, when you don't follow certain teams, you don't know exactly who they may or may not have.
Yeah, and playing in Kansas City, then Zerpa's it's certainly not a household name.
No, it's not. But he's a hard throwing lefty, and a team could always use a hard throwing lefty.
Yeah.
Well, again, we'll take a look at the pitching line. The story of the game again was that 4th inning. It started with that Salvador Perez home run, man, single shot, and then
no doubter.
And then they just keep tacking on. I'll tell you what. On the thumbnail here, I'll put this guy's up there. Miguel Garcia. 4 hits today. 4 hits. How about that? All singles. But again, the guy was getting on base, man, causing trouble. Had 1 RBI. I think he also had a stolen base. So I made him kind of like the star of the game. Granted, he didn't have an offensive explosion like some other people, but 4 hits, dude. 4 hits in a tough situation, talking about playoff baseball in enemy territory. That's not easy. So I give him credit, man, going out there and getting on base with hits. That was nice to see.
Absolutely.
There's Rodon again, only went 3 2/3, allowed 7 hits, 4 earned runs. Yes, he had 7 Ks, but he also allowed 7 hits and gave up 4.
I've never been stolen.
Again, it's what Kansas City was doing. Just put the ball in play. Pop, pop, pop. They kept, they had that one long ball, but everything else was manufactured, which is great to see because that's what Kansas City will do. And look at all the damn pitchers New York threw out there. Hamilton for 1 1/3, Cousins for a third, Hill for 2/3, Holmes for an inning, Canley for an inning, Miza for 2/3, and then Weaver for a third. Wow. Yeah, that was all hands on deck. And then you got the Royals. They had Raggins. He went 4. It would have been nice to see him go a little deep. He did okay. 3 hits, 1 earned run, 5 strikeouts. Zerpa came in, as you were talking about, did 1 inning. Schreiber, you know who I call Schreiber? Tell me if I'm wrong. Does he not look, when he pitches, look like a right-handed Alex Wood? His windup and delivery is almost identical to Alex Wood, but from the right-hand side. It looks just like it. I don't know if anyone feels the same. Something I noticed. Bubik went in for 2 innings, had 2 hits, 2 strikeouts. And then to close it out was Ursig again. It got a little bit weird. Gave up 2 hits, one of those being a home run. And then he gave up a single. But he was able to get out of it. But yeah, that was something else, man. It's fun to watch what other teams do and see, who are the guys on that team that are getting it done for that respective team. Everyone knows about the Yankees. Everyone knows about the Dodgers. To an extent, the Padres. We kind of know who they are about. But who does Cleveland have? Who does Detroit have? Who does Kansas City have? So, yeah. There we go. Fun to watch.
Yeah, back at it tomorrow on the National. I'm more pumped up for that myself.
That one's going to be fun. Wait, as a matter of fact, you know what? Hey, while we're at it, let's just look to see what we have.
Fun to cheer for the New York Mets, and then you've got
it is.
You got the Padres and the Dodgers tomorrow night. You've got Tuesday
good.
Matchup,
Here we go.
Mania. There's your boy Mania.
I think New York wins tomorrow. I'm gonna say New York wins. LA got Walker Buehler going against Michael King. I think the Padres win.
Buehler
I think both
stunk.
Both teams, I should say, both home teams, I think win tomorrow. I think both home teams win tomorrow. 100%. Go Tigers and Royals, I guess, says LD. What's up, LD? I want to see the Giants back in the playoffs. Thanks for you, LD. He never lets a night go by without blaming Farhan. And I can't blame you, my friend. I cannot blame you. All right. Hey, there was a lot of action going on Twitter. People talking about Will Clark's take and how they thought it was tasteless, saying guys are going to get fired, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, come on. Look, I didn't see people up in arms when 4 scouts got fired a couple of weeks ago under Farhan. Where was all the outrage that poor scouts got fired, but yet Will Clark talks about firing analytic guys, and all of a sudden people have issue with it. Little bit of a contradiction. Just a little bit, no? Yeah, I didn't care for that.
All right.
All right, let me see what we got here. Let me find it. I shall find it. It's interesting. Where are you at? There it is, right here. No Filter Network. Let me pause it.
I told you 2 months ago, Eric, I had no problem with burning the thing to the ground. Farhan, scouts, analytic team, the manager, start fresh.
Yes, he is, LD Shamanai. All right, guys. I'm gonna take a leap of faith that you guys will probably. Yes, you ready?
Awesome.
It's right on Twitter, man. All right, guys. Here we go.
Here we go. Who's
earlier today on No Filter? That's Eric Burns. Yeah.
Jeez.
Here we go.
Looks different.
Farhan was the one guy that I heard that was relieved of his duties. I haven't heard about any more changes.
I'm not going to beat on Farhan that bad, okay? But he had his fingers in everything, especially analytics. That's first off. And second off was he made out the lineup, all right? Bob Melvin would want this guy in the lineup. He'd want that guy in the lineup. Farhan would trump him. So you set yourself up. Because that's Melvin's job. That's the same thing that happened, with Bochy. Bochy would put a lineup in and, we need to scratch this guy. We need to scratch that guy. Look, the reason that these guys have managed in the big leagues for 15, 20 years, they know. Dusty Baker knows, all right? They know exactly what's going on in their clubhouse, and they have gut instincts on things. And you need to stick with their gut instincts. Not everything is statistical. And while I'm talking about that, all of you statistical guys that are in the fucking San Francisco Giants organization, you better watch your ass too, because you fuckers might be gone as well.
Oh shit.
There you go. There's Matt. A little bit.
There you go.
Juicy.
There you go.
I didn't know that was coming, Eric. Jeez.
Yeah, how about that? So what do you guys think? What say you, chat?
Holy smoke. I dare call that laying it on the line.
Yep, that is true.
Well, yeah, look at Bochy. Bochy was, he wanted the heck out of here. Now we know why.
You know what? And we all, there's been a bunch of people who speculated, right? Bunch of people who speculated, me being one of them, saying there's got to be another reason why Bochy left. There's got to be another reason.
And we all now, isn't it?
And we all alluded that it has to do with Farhan. Of course, we had no evidence. All we had was just by the way things kind of went down, just by observational instincts, I guess. That we knew that Farhan was getting involved, and that's probably one of the reasons why both Sabian and Bochy probably left the organization. So it's nice to hear someone of the stature of Will Clark come out and say that, man. That's freaking awesome. That's awesome, dude. Look at that. From the grave, Muhammad Ali. Welcome, Muhammad. Appreciate it.
Where's Muhammad? Oh, there he is. Just popped up. Hey, guys. Hey, now.
Anyone not agree? I'm interested. Does anyone not agree with what? Well, it's okay if you do or not. I mean, I just want to hear what people have to say about it. Because there's a few people like here on Twitter that don't seem to agree with what he said.
LD says, that's the attitude this team needs. Agreed. That's great. The guy still cares after all these years, Eric.
Yep. Absolutely, he does. He does care. He cares about the team who drafted him. They showed confidence in him, showed that, hey, we want you to be a Giant. And, he's got some loyalty to the club that gave him the chance. And that's great to see. Great to see. Some more news. I guess it's really nothing big. Supposedly the Giants have contacted the A's so they can interview Billy Owens. And another interesting name that is being kicked around on who the Giants are interested, not necessarily maybe for the GM, but maybe for a spot in the organization. And that was former GM Bobby Evans. Interesting. So I don't know. We'll see what happens. I think more information will come out as they start interviewing. Again, they're not going to announce anything until after the World Series because all the attention needs to be on the playoffs, which is, I understand. That makes sense. So it's going to be interesting to see where the direction that the Giants go. Here is something that is going to be important about this. Let me hear you guys. Who do you guys think the GM should be? Or if you don't have a name, what type of GM do you want to see? Do you want to see a GM who has experience? Do you want to see a GM who's never been in a GM position before? And if you have names, let me hear it. LD, I like Sabian. LD.
I got to agree with Will.
So
I want a
do I.
GM who does his job, but does his job and lets everybody else perform theirs.
Fair enough. Okay.
Keep his nose at everybody. I mean,
A GM who's aggressive.
GM,
I like that, Gonzo. I like it, Gonzo.
GM is a guy who, he's
A D shot.
It's like the military, Eric. Your GM's at the top. And I guess he will have ultimately near last say. But you gotta let him. I mean, when you're screwing around with the lineup, that's not his job.
Right. Ned Coletti would be awesome too. I agree. The only thing I say about Ned is that I think he's comfortable in what he's doing.
Ned's not leaving hockey.
Well, I think more so than that. I think it's the schooling.
Ned,
I think he really loves being a professor. You could see it. That's something he enjoys doing.
He's getting looked after, and he was on the ground floor of a pitiful Sharks organization. They're going to build that thing into a powerhouse in about 4 years.
Yeah.
So
I think he's kind of having fun doing that, right? That's what it seems like.
No pressure on him right now.
Eric. Right. Exactly. Now, is that to say he doesn't want to? I'm not saying that. I'm not going to speak for Ned, but I'm just saying it seems like he's enjoying what he's doing now. Oh, who else? I'm fine with Billy Owens, though. I just really want a GM with massive cojones. Yes, Mike? Sabian or Forced? Who's Forced? Never heard of Forced. Alive. Let clue me in. Who's Forced? I need a GM that is analytically inclined, but smart enough to play to our strengths.
I don't even need to hear the word analytics.
That's your boy Carter. That's your boy Carter.
But I really don't even need to hear that word. Why do we always, Eric, why do we have to bring that into the, well, I want somebody that's analytically inclined. Why? Shove analytics.
I'll tell you what.
Somewhere.
I'll tell you what. I am not opposed to analytics per se. My issue is, what are you doing with this analytics? Are you using that a little bit too much? There is such a thing as overusing a certain aspect of the game, and that could be one of them.
The Giants have abused it. But
that's the issue.
That was the type of organization we were being shown. But new direction, Eric. We don't even need to hear. You know what? Analytics. Who needs you?
It's not going away.
Hear about it.
Analytics is not going to go away. I'll tell you that right now. It's all about what is analytics. Ultimately, what is analytics? It's information.
There's been analytics in baseball for 100 years.
Yes, correct. And again, it's all about how you're instituting How are you reading these numbers, and what decisions are you making based on the information that you're getting? That is the issue. Now, you have to combine that information with someone who has an eye for the game. I'll go back to this. You got to have a guy who can communicate correctly. In other words, you need to be able to talk to your players and say, hey, what's going on? If there's an issue or if they need to identify something, hey, maybe you got to know your people per se in making informed decisions. Again, I've said this before. Analytics is not going to tell you whether or not the player is suffering an injury, a nagging injury that no one knows about. Maybe they're not feeling well. Maybe there's some off-field issues are complicating things with his at-bats or his play. Whatever. It could be, again, a manager and a GM who has that ability to be able to read people and understand what's happening, have a good direct line of communication, you're going to be able to get stuff done. Granted, you use the analytics because if they're performing, okay, hey, this is what you're doing. This is good. You're on the right course. What I'm seeing with my eyes, since I'm watching how you're conducting yourself both on and off the field. Okay, you got something going on here. You got to be able to make those decisions, right? As a GM. Now, here's my issue, right? My biggest issue with Buster Posey. Buster Posey, this is going to be his first year as president of baseball operations. He's never done it before, right? He's never done it before. So all I ask of him is if you're going to go get a GM, you need somebody who has done this before. You cannot look, the club cannot risk having a brand new president of baseball operations, even though it's Buster Posey. I get it. But again, he's brand new in this job. You're going to have to get a GM who's done this, because if you get a brand new guy, now you got two brand new guys in positions that they have never filled, and you're setting yourself up for failure. So I think you need to get somebody out there that knows how to be a GM. And here's another thing, guys. Posey has stated his goals. He wants to use scouting, right? He wants to use scouting and analytics. Tell me, how many people out there have both been a scout and has performed the functions similar to a GM? Probably not that many. I mean, I don't know. Baseball has changed a lot. You guys could tell me if anyone knows anyone out there who has a background of scouting and also being able to perform the functions of a GM. Ned is one, Gonzo. Correct. Brian Sabian is another. Yes. Bobby Evans, you could say, is another. After that, I'm not sure. I know about Kim Ng. I know she worked under Ned Colletti in LA. I know she also was the GM for the Miami Marlins. I just don't know her background. Was she a scout or was she just the GM? See, that part I don't know. Billy Owens. He's been an assistant GM and he's been a scout. So he could be a possible a hire, even though he's from the A's. I know a lot of people don't want nothing to do with the A's.
I don't see. You won't see Kim Ng, Eric.
You don't think so?
No. She was a great hire. She's the senior advisor for Athletes Unlimited, the American Women's Softball League. It launches in 2025. A women's sport, launch of a women's program. I can't see her going, yeah, that's a great opportunity. I'll sign and I'll run that. Oh, I got to go. I just don't see it. I think she's all in on that.
Maybe. It's possible. That is possible. Dave Stewart.
Oh, she said she wants to uplift women's sports, and that's why she took the position with Athletes Unlimited, the softball league.
Interesting, but she was fired from Miami. It's not like she left Miami. She got fired. Even though they went to the playoffs.
That was Eric. That was a BS fire. She turned that organization was turning around, man.
She turned it around.
We were in the postseason under her.
I know. Can you believe that? I don't know what Miami's doing, dude. That makes no sense.
It's almost like Miami's ownership. If we win, gotta get you out of there. we could only platform here. If we win anymore, that's not good business.
Right.
Stupid. She was a winner.
Yes.
And then they got rid of her.
I know,
Sounds
man.
Sounds like
And that made no
ethics
sense to me.
Sounds like Oakland's ethics, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. So again, that's just the newest news on the Giants front. It's going to be interesting to see how this all pans out. Again, I think there's going to be a lot of deliberations. There's probably going to be a lot of interviews. The key is if anybody can scoop, if anyone can scoop who is being interviewed, that will be interesting. What's up, Johnny?
Morcatna wants Ippy.
Who?
Morcatna wants Ippy.
Ipe? He wants Ipe from the jail cell?
Yeah. Where is he anyway? Nobody knows where he's at.
I'm going to probably be in jail soon. Wouldn't be surprised.
You think? I don't know. Maybe he's in hiding.
But yeah, if anyone could scoop a great part of the book in Ned Coletti's book, I should say, The Big Chair, he talks about the what was it? The different things they had to go through to try to get an interview with Joe Torre without tipping anybody off that he was talking to Joe Torre. Because remember, he hired him to be the manager for the Los Angeles Dodgers. So it had to be cloak and dagger, like, meet me in the back room of this hotel. You're going to take a different car. I'm not going to pick you up. We're not going to pick you up at the airport. You go into this hotel, meet you in the back room in a service elevator, something like that, where we go up to a certain room where no one can see what's going on. So yeah, could be a lot of cloak and dagger. So it makes me wonder if the Giants kind of go through that same type of,
I wish they'd actually do a movie or a documentary. A similar circumstance happened in the world of hockey back 25 years ago when the Detroit Red Wings wanted to sign all the great Russian stars. And they had a young guy by the name of Sergei Fedorov.
Yep.
And there's actually a 1-hour documentary. You can find it on Netflix, I think. It's actually posted up. You can find it on YouTube. And Eric, oh my God, they were doing the same thing. They were meeting on fire escapes in the back of the alley side of hotels. And they'd show up and they had suitcases. The GM of the Detroit Red Wings was this short little guy. He looked like nobody's business. And then he's got his 2 big bodyguards and he goes, psst, and they're in the dark. He's like, Sergey, is that you? Yes, comrade. And they open up the suitcases like, all right, here's $2 million in cash. Come down the fire escape and jump in the car and we go back to America. I don't know. And then he changed his mind. I don't think I'm going to go with you. And all the plans were off. I love this cloak and dagger stuff.
The cloak and dagger stuff in sports, of all things.
Yeah. We don't hear about it until in a few circumstances. There's more than just what we hear about.
Yeah.
When I worked in hockey, Eric, and I can't even talk about it, I'm almost sworn to secrecy. You can't talk about it. It's off limits. But when I worked in the media doing play-by-play for the hockey teams for so many years, Eric, you know how many fights there were in the dressing room?
Oh, I bet.
Or you'd be in
I believe it, man.
Guys are going to go to jail. You'd be in the platform going down the ramp to get on the plane, and two players who get a fight. Fans never hear about that stuff.
No. Oh, real quick, guys, before we get out of here.
Before we get out of here,
one thing.
Where you going?
No. I'm talking about, because I know I'll forget if I don't say it now. Make sure, guys, thoughts and prayers go out to the people in Florida, because they are about to get their asses handed to them. Hurricane Milton is nothing to trifle. If you guys live in that area, I don't think there is anyone in this chat that lives in that vicinity.
Didn't we have one other chat from Florida?
I think that Tom Wilson guy, I think he's in Jacksonville. He would be on the back end of it. But those who live in the Tampa area, boy, they're talking about this thing being an absolute monster. So you got to, anyone that's out there, again, make sure you have thoughts and prayers. There's going to be a lot of people displaced. I mean, it's going to be a mess.
Already a crazy hurricane season, isn't it?
Already. They already had Helene come through and do a number on the Southeast. And now you're getting ready. Now Florida is going to get freaking pummeled. If there is such a thing, man, they said this is only a handful of hurricanes is as powerful as this one, as recorded, that is. Wow. So And it's unique because it's forming out there in the Gulf and making its way northeast.
Maybe I should put my vacation in Mexico on hold.
Whew, yeah, well, it's going the other way, so we're good.
But they get a lot of hurricanes. Don't forget, it's hurricane season there as well, Eric.
Oh, here we go. Greg is out there. He's coming up with something new. Now he's saying Billy Owens and Rooker are coming to San Francisco.
Yeah, okay. Are you in the market for a new credit card? Find the best credit card, and you can apply easily and securely online at bettercreditcards.com. Search for your credit card today at bettercreditcards.com. Lefties, Duxwell Printing and Signatures for Soldiers, the other sponsors here on Playoff Sports Talk Live.
There you go. Yes, Johnny, we're talking about that. Couldn't believe it, man. But that's the beauty of this game, right? That is the beauty of baseball, especially playoff baseball. Guys who you think are going to just shut you down. Now, Scooble was as advertised, right? As advertised. But you would think
not just coming in. Down. Look, Eric and I were talking earlier in the show about guys who will shut you up. There's guys hitting long balls that I never heard of. There's everybody seems to have a player on the team contributing that I have to go and check the stats line on him.
Right. Absolutely. Just like that kid from Kansas City had 4 hits today. Who's he? Miguel Garcia. Who the hell is Miguel Garcia? But he had 4 hits today. Come on, Eric.
I have a hard enough time keeping up with the San Francisco Giants lineup, guys.
Yeah.
It's a work.
But it's good to see you out there, Greg. Poor Glenn is giving you shit already.
Oh, skaters?
Yeah. It's all fun and games.
As they say, I kid because I care.
Oh, Robert, your sister lives in what part of Florida, Robert? Right, by chance? That's not good.
Yeah, Johnny, this year especially, man, every game is just. I'm not a big fan of this Kansas City Yankee series. I just don't like either team, I guess. But everything else I'm glued to. And I said to Eric, tomorrow's going to be a dandy day where you got Philadelphia now shoes on the other foot. They go to New York. They're in Flushing. So now the Phillies got to put up with the pesky Mets fans. And then we all see what we're getting from Padres and Dodgers. That could go 5. That could go the distance.
Could.
As they say, Eric, go the distance.
Go the distance. Wow. Hold on. I think that's
the distance. Eat your veggies.
Where the heck? Eat your veggies.
I love hearing Bob. Oh, what a refreshing. I love Bob Costas calling the game.
Oh, Bob is great. Bob and Ron Darling have been great, man.
Great duo.
Does Manny get drilled tomorrow? Nope. No way. No, I don't see that. I don't see it.
Too much on the line, man.
Not in Petco Park. Yeah, Bob, there's one inning. I can't remember what it was. The first pitch came in and you didn't hear nothing. It was silence, and then all of a sudden he came back.
Yeah, but I can tell you firsthand, Eric, sometimes there's things going on around the press box or somebody's
right.
You're not or there's things going on, man.
Right.
He didn't just tune out and take a nap.
Right. I like Bob Costas and Ron Darling. You know who's great though right now? I'm also love listening to Joe Davis and John Schmaltz. Those guys have been great for that.
Who's your favorite broadcaster? Period. Bar none. Besides me. Who would you say? Besides me.
Man.
If you can't have me.
I haven't heard you call a baseball game yet.
I promise you, I'm going to get you some play-by-play clips. You're not going to play them on the air, but you can I'm going to have to send you some stuff from my broadcast career. Playoff hockey. And the cool thing is when you edit them, and I'll send a couple to Eric. And when you listen to them, Eric, there's excitement. Maybe a smidge more than the regular season, but it's what you're going to hear in the background when I say scores, and you hear the sirens and the
sirens.
And the minute I say scores, you hear it just still gives me
great.
Listen to them. I haven't listened to them. I haven't listened to them in 20 years. I hope I still have them. I'm going to dig them out. I keep telling Eric, I'll dig them out tonight after the show. That was 4 weeks ago. So,
oh, look at that. Gary Thorne and Bill Clements and Doc Emmerich for hockey.
Oh, they're
there
the
you
best.
go.
They're some of the best in hockey.
There you go.
I was a Mike Lang fan. You guys like Mike Lang?
John Miller. No, John Miller's good, but I noticed
he's slowing down.
In his years, he seems to be more of a curmudgeon. Doesn't he? He seems more of a curmudgeon. And I understand that he's older. But Vince Scully, man, come on, dude. Whew. Man, dude. There was he's baseball, right? John Sciambi.
Yeah, my favorite broadcaster, bar none, right now in pro sports, is Kevin Harlan.
Oh, Kevin Harlan is great,
what a
dude.
Voice. What a voice. Can you imagine him do baseball? Here's the pitch.
Oh, dude, Kevin Harlan.
The presentation,
yes.
the voice.
It's funny because every time I put on KMBR, like when the football playoffs are going on,
and he's doing he's doing the radio.
Yeah, the big games. Yes. Oh, man. And he does the playoff basketball as well. He's got a fantastic voice.
And you know what? I had done some research on that fella. You know, when and people used to think I was like 5'6", 70 years old and bald when they hear me on the radio doing sports. I thought he sounds old. Kevin Harlan's not an old man. I thought he was some old guy. He's got that,
the voice,
slower delivery, and
yeah.
Second down, 4 yards to go, Kansas City. Oh, I love it. I love it, Eric. That is what gets me excited about sports. If you have got a decent to extreme broadcast crew, it heightens the intensity of watching the game.
Right.
I miss Tom Brenneman, though. Tom Brenneman. Remember Tom?
Is that Brenneman? Isn't that the...
He was the only broadcast
Reds, right?
Got canned in the middle of a game with the Kansas City Royals.
Oh, oops.
Or was it Kansas City or Philly? Oh, no, I think it was St. Louis. Pardon me. His dad was the play-by-play guy there for like 50 years. Took over from his dad. And then he was in a commercial break when he made a few comments about the city he was in, Kansas City. I'm not going to say it here on the air, but he said something that he shouldn't have said. And then he goes, I'd like to apologize for what you may have heard on the air. And then they go to commercial break the next inning, and the guys are like, it's Joe Smith in, and I'm filling in the rest of the game for Tom Brenneman. They go, get him out of the box. He's fired. When do you hear that happening? You never knew that? He got canned right in the middle of a game. Chris Collinsworth, very good analyst. These guys, the good analysts, they just talk to you. They just tell you in layman's terms what's going on. Collinsworth does that the best. He's got such a good rapport with his play. You got to have guys who work together. Back in the day, you guys might be too young. One of the best broadcast crews was Dick Enberg and Merlin Olsen.
Oh, yeah, those guys were great.
They were doing Sunday afternoon football. Or Bob Trumpy and Don Crickey. Don Crickey and Bob Trumpy. Oh, those two pairings were great. Oh, Chardol sending a message there, Eric.
Yeah, I see that. Guys, what is it, the story? I'm just bruising through Twitter real quick. And I saw it earlier because I didn't know what it was all about. Manny Machado throwing the ball at the Dodgers dugout. I saw the clip. Looked like a nothing burger to me. I don't know. Am I missing something, guys? Again, talking about Manny Machado throwing the baseball into the dugout of the Dodgers. It looks like he was there just playing catch, getting ready for the inning to start, and he just tossed the ball back in. I don't know. To me, he threw it at the ground, and it just happened to go towards the Dodgers.
You're right, alive.
I don't know.
You're right, alive. I said St. Louis, so at least they had red in their colors. It was the Reds announcer.
Yeah, it looked like that's the direction it was going to where that's at. Yeah, it was dumb, dude.
Oh yeah, but things get staged a little higher, more drama during the postseason, Eric.
That If it goes back to LA, oh boy, that could be something. There could be some fireworks there.
Like we saw in those videos last night when they'll eat their own, man. The fans imploding on each other. I thought it was beautiful. Just beat each other up,
beating the crap out of each other.
All out of the game. That's great. A few more seats for Padres fans next game. Jeez. God, I'm glad I don't live in LA. I know some people who live there and they love it. And I'm like, you could not, man. If they gave me the best radio job, I'm like, no, not interested. Not moving there. Bye-bye. The two places I won't work, LA or Newfoundland. Nope. Not going. Thank you very much. Which team or teams will win the next 2 in a row? I don't know if there is one, Eric. The way they're playing, that'd be a long shot to say somebody's just going to turn around and win bang, bang. I don't think there's a team that's that dominant left in the playoffs. Do you think, Eric? Mets, Phillies. If I had to pick one, it would be the Phillies. Win 2 in a row. But that would even be a long shot for me.
I think Padres can win 2 in a row because of the Dodgers pitching.
Especially tomorrow.
Yeah, Walker Buehler. What's he going to? Again, it could be one of those things, Glenn. We think he's going to suck it up and he could go throw out there and toss a damn no-hitter. Yeah, right.
Yeah. Alive says, he's asking him more or less, but I think he's agreeing. He says, Glenn, all series go 5?
All of them are split right now, which is fantastic.
I don't even want. If they do split, you're looking at 5-game series, right, Eric? So wouldn't that be something? When was the last time you saw all of the series 4 games go 5?
I think the Guardians. I think the Guardians could win the next 2. Because what's Detroit? Who else are they throwing out there? Who else they got other than Scooble?
No,
they got nobody else. Who's starting?
They're equal, Eric. They're equals. They're. I can't.
They're not equals.
Better. Detroit. They're going back to Detroit.
Doesn't matter. Who are they throwing? You know who they're throwing tomorrow?
Who's the hotter team?
Cleveland, no?
Detroit.
How is Detroit hotter?
Detroit was the hotter team.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah, but we're talking about playoffs now. And you're
going
up against the damn You want to know who's going on Wednesday? Undecided. Alex Cobb against undecided.
Cheers to that.
So it's going to be I don't know. I don't because I don't know what other pitcher does Detroit have that can pitch these next couple of games.
If I'm going to the betting window, right now, I'm saying, all right, I'll put $50 on undecided. Thank you. Cobb.
Really?
I'm not picking Cobb. Cobb? No.
Yeah, he was pretty good at the end of the season.
Nope. I like Detroit. I said I'm not going to.
Well, let's see.
I like Detroit.
Today, I said Detroit will win because of Scooble.
Mm-hmm.
And today, I said Kansas City was going to win because of Carlos Rodon pitching for the Yankees.
Now, Detroit hasn't done much offensively in 2 games, Eric.
No, they haven't.
So watch what happens on Wednesday when they have about a 7-run offensive outburst. Same thing happened. So? How many times have you watched the San Francisco Giants score 13 runs in a game and the next day have 2 hits?
True.
That's
one
of my betting lines.
You got to be careful doing that because that's not always true. Oh, you just gotta. Again, every game is different. It's going to be interesting to see how it goes. But I think Cleveland pulls it out. I think they got a good chance of winning 2 in a row. But it may go 5. And if it goes 5, oh boy, all bets are off because Scooble's going to pitch game 5.
Oh no, then all bets are on. I'm going Detroit heavy. That's great.
But it will be in Cleveland.
Yeah. Go Tigers.
That's going to be interesting.
You're all behind our baseball
Mets.
Team. Go get them, Tigers.
Mets, they got a damn good pitching staff. They got Manaea going tomorrow and then Quintana going on Wednesday.
Anybody in our chat see the movie? You guys ever see Tiger Town?
Never heard of it.
Saw it when I was a kid. Roy Scheider's in it.
Oh, is he?
Yeah. Gonna need a bigger bat. Remember Roy? That's what I just said. Yeah. Hey, Spencer remembers that movie.
I don't
You got to do
remember.
it the Joe Weider way. Here, I'll rip your baseball card magazine in 2 halves. It's easier to carry one in each arm. You got to see that. Fun movie, Eric. Fun movie. Gonna need a bigger bat. I like Roy. Roy died too young, man.
Gonna need a bigger boot.
Bat. You need a bigger bat. That's another movie. You must have seen that. You must have seen Jaws, Count.
Jaws? Oh, yeah. Terrified, dude.
What?
Terrifying. As a kid?
Another one of those movies I can.
As a kid, terrifying.
They're all going to die. I love it.
And then what's his name? Richard Dreyfuss. Poor Richard Dreyfuss. That was nasty.
Yeah.
Chopped him right up.
Oh, that was good.
Jaws
2 was even worse. I like Jaws 2. Doesn't Jaws 2 starts with the girl? She's out doing the water skiing, wasn't it?
I can't remember that one.
I'm confusing maybe the 2 of them. Oh, Tremors. Oh God, I hate
Tremors.
that. Stupid movie. Hated that movie. Tremors. Ugh. I don't think I watched Tremors the whole way through. A lot of realism there, huh? The things under
Just
the ground
a little
just
bit.
eat people.
Yeah, there we
I'll
go.
stick with the shark, thank you. So what do you think happens tomorrow in New York?
I think New York wins with Mania. He's been pitching awesome, dude.
Yeah. I don't know, Jason. I thought both games were won by the respective teams. I thought that's a 1-1 series pretty easily. Eric thinks that Padres could win 2 in a row. I think they're going back to LA for a game 5.
Yeah, it could be. It very well could. I just, again, LA Dodger pitching stinks, dude. They can't keep going on that bullpen. They can't keep leaning on that bullpen. I just don't see it.
Yeah.
I mean, don't get me wrong. A lineup can go a long ways, but if you don't have that pitching, it's hard to keep that momentum. If you go out there and score a couple of runs and then your pitcher goes right back out there and gives up a couple of runs, I mean, you just keep putting that pressure on your lineup to keep producing. I think I'm just going to take the Padres minus 106 for tomorrow.
Yeah, Matt Hooper was okay, but Quinn.
I would take the Padres. Wouldn't you take the Padres with Walker Buehler going? Right?
I don't like to touch it, but I would say statistically, yes. What's Buehler?
Well, according to ESPN, it's showing minus 150 for San Diego. So I think they see the same thing, right? Buehler? What's he going to do? We'll see.
Yeah. They're minus, yeah, so their Padres are the favorites tomorrow.
Yeah, Padres are favorites, yeah. Against Walker Buehler, absolutely. Padres have the momentum right now, yes. And they got the motivation because of what happened in Dodger Stadium. And King is going to be good. He should be. I thought Cease was going to be good, and he sucked it up.
No, Johnny. Come and get it, you son of a boom. Love it.
Huh.
I think it's gonna be good tomorrow. I don't know what, maybe we're just used to seeing them. I like these National League playoffs.
Yeah, I like it too. I like them too. Absolutely. The American League, I'm really not as excited as I am the National League. Yeah, I think the crowd's going to be. Hey, what's his name? Good friend of ours here on the channel. Came on briefly, right on the actual show. Not a gamer, going to the game tomorrow. I bet you he's going to have a blast tomorrow, dude.
I was supposed to have a guest on tonight. You know what, we're running into the problem? All my guests are in the Eastern Zone. So it's after midnight, and they're like, I got to be up. I got to be at the stadium in the morning. So I was like, oh.
Yeah, it doesn't help.
It's hard to get him. I was that close to having one tonight, and he hummed and he hawed, and he says, I can't do it, dude. I got to be up, hit the highway. It takes me like an hour and a half to get to the stadium in the morning. And so anyway, I'll work on more. It's a tough time to get. If you want bona fide guests this time of year, Eric, tough to get them.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. I was going to have the guy from the Detroit Tigers I talked to you about.
Oh, that's right. Gotcha. Yeah. Now, once baseball's all done with, then it's a little bit different.
Oh, I'll have no problem getting him on right after the postseason, but it's he was all game to come on the last 2 or 3 days, but just it's the timing, man. He's like, I got to be out here. And then, we didn't get out till late, and tomorrow I'm on the road, I'm on the plane, and blah blah blah. So just can't tie him down.
I think the Giants should be able to deal with Sabian. All he is an advisor. That's not an official role in the New York Yankees structure, right? If you're just an advisor,
think Sabian just got a bad taste in his mouth? That's like saying, hey, if we ever get a new manager, let's bring back Bochy. I don't think the old, you might like to have them, but I don't think these guys want to come back here, Eric. I think they left with a bad taste in their mouth.
But it might have been because of Farhan. Now he's gone. Right? Could be.
Yes and no. Farhan is gone, but you still got Larry Baer.
He dealt with Larry Baer the whole time he was a damn GM.
I don't think
Larry Baer is
going to help their cause.
I don't think Larry Baer has any factor whatsoever in this. Ownership, as far as maybe Greg Johnson, maybe. But I think it had to do with Farhan. That's what I think. Everything points to Farhan, to be honest with you. Yes, is the ownership culpable? Absolutely. They got their part to play in all this as well. But I think I don't see him having an issue. If all he is an advisor and he gets to be a GM again, it's up again. It's his preference on what he wants to do.
Hey, live, we're supposed to have a guest on, I believe, after tomorrow night's show. If we go late enough. I think we got a guest lined up tomorrow night, right, Eric?
Do we?
Returning from Petco Park.
Oh, yeah, we'll see. Yeah. I haven't seen him here in the chat tonight, but yeah,
maybe he's resting up. Big day tomorrow.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. Oh, this light the beam crap. Jesus. Eric, light the beam, man. Light the beam.
Hey, Kings fans, man, they're excited about it. They're excited.
Can't blame them. They're basketball, aren't they?
Yeah, basketball.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Who cares? They're not in the playoffs.
Yeah, it's just getting ready to start. People are excited about basketball, man. There's big fans out there.
Not a fan of sack of tomatoes.
I think they're going to be decent from what everyone's saying.
D-Shot says, watching the Yankees-Royals highlights, Rodon was being a cocky son of a gun and got served up. I don't know. I didn't see that. But
hey, Instant, I think it's going to be dependent on who he hires as the rest of his team. I think they could turn it around a couple of years, maybe 2, 3, somewhere around there.
Is that tonight, Rick? Rick says opening night for the Fall League.
Oh, is it? Nice.
I got my hands full with enough baseball right now without trying to follow that, Eric. NHL season gets underway tomorrow night. There's just so much on the go. You mentioned NBA preseason started on the weekend.
Let me see.
NBA preseason, then you got the NFL. Oh my God. There's a lot of stuff going on.
Let's see what we got here. Arizona Fall League.
Eric L says, D-Shot, I like your avatar. Who's the one There's a guy comes in Northern California sports all the time, and he's got a great picture. I'll have to figure out who it is. D-Shot looks familiar.
That's tomorrow.
6 million. D-Shots is from the $6 million man, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, nothing going on that we know about. Looking at the Arizona Fall League.
Live says, I say Mets and Padres win tomorrow.
I agree. Mets Padres, yes.
I like if I'm betting, if I'm laying the money down right now, Phillies and Dodgers. How about that? Phillies and Dodgers.
You're going Phillies and Dodgers, huh?
I don't want them to win, but that's who I think will win. Oh, he says Giants. You'll see your Giants faithful there starting tomorrow.
Ted DiBiase. That would be pretty cool.
He was boasting after striking out players. You know what? I think it's the postseason. Guys are fired up and grunting. And how many times do you see guys end an inning with a strikeout and they're throwing their arms? And that's just
Scooble, man. He was going bananas after he got out of those 2 innings with double plays. He was going nuts.
You know, I predict Billy Owens as well. That's why I've said I think Billy Owens is the guy, Eric.
There seems to be a lot of talk about him.
I told you when I read that press release last week. The last line in the press release.
You focused on that last sentence, didn't you?
Yes, I did.
You focused on that last sentence.
I haven't seen the San Francisco Giants use that in any of their press releases for a decade, and all of a sudden.
I think it's a new rule, and I think they have to probably put it in there, I bet. Guaranteed.
I don't see any other teams using it.
Well, have you seen any other team with a press release that says that?
No, I haven't.
No, that's what I'm saying. We don't know what the other press. Hold on. You know what? I want to look that up. I think they called it the C-League rule, right?
What's Kim? Kim might not. What's Kim might not? Kim might not. No idea. Some guys come in with so many things in the chat. I can't keep track of them, Eric.
Oh, here we go. The C-League rule was created in 1999 by former MLB Commissioner Bud Selig. Similar to NFL's Rooney Rule, requires teams to consider minority candidates when filling certain positions: manager, general manager, assistant general manager, scouting director, and minor league director.
I've never seen it used if you say 1999, I haven't seen it ever used.
Has it ever been used?
Kim Ng is not going to be a GM. She moved on. She's running she's running a whole league. She's not. I think that's ridiculous.
Let's see what exactly. Let's see.
And it's such a rough time now for we come off the enthusiastic change last week, and now with the playoffs starting, we're not going to see anything transpire till after the playoffs. There'll be no movement as far as that. We won't see Giants activity now for another
not
month.
till after the World Series.
So it's kind of like, oh, geez, you made the move. Farhan's gone. Buster's in. Next, it's like, please stay tuned. Gotta wait. I think it's going to be a pretty good month of November, Eric. You're going to get a lot done before that general managers meeting, December 8th.
Oh, a lot of news is going to. Well, it's the news is going to break with the as far as the front office is concerned, 100%.
And then the general managers meetings, you also see a lot of trades, right? So
yeah, the winter meetings, man. That's when
you get a new GM and he makes his mark. He goes in there and says, "I'm."
It used to be typically big deals are happening during the winter. Lately, the big deals aren't happening until like January or February.
Mm-hmm. What are you looking up? I see the lights flashing in your. I see the reflection
just
in
looking
your
up
eyes.
looking up more information on Kim Ng.
Kimberly Ing running the women's softball. Making it. Whoa, whoa, whoa. I'm into the disco today. I don't know why. Jesus. Guys, you ever hear a song you really, 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 really hate it? Then 8 hours later, your daughter's like, Dad, you've been singing that for 5 hours. And I'm like, oh, get it out of my mind. Making it. Whoa, whoa, whoa. I think I was on a commercial during the game. I hate it. Disco. Disco. Disco duck. Come on, mama. All right, what else we got going on here? If this was radio, Eric and I would have been fired by now.
Yeah, I know. I'm just
general manager would have been in. Dead air. You guys are out. Bye. See ya.
Trying to read on more information.
You know, I haven't seen in the chat for a while.
Who'd that be?
Ben Bamboo.
Ben Bamboo. Yeah, I haven't seen him in a while.
No, Ben Bamboo.
You must have pissed him off, Glenn.
What else is new? Instant ones in there tonight. Hey, buddy. D-Shot. Hey, I think D-Shot. I knew D-Shot would be in tonight. I think D-Shot beat me in the fantasy football this week. Good job.
Nice.
Live Insurance says, Glenn, when you said bad song and disco, I thought immediately of Disco Duck. Right on. Disco. Thursday is Sharks' debut. Opening night tomorrow night. Can't wait. I'm gonna watch. Oh, Eric. Jesus. Now I got baseball and you top. What's on top of that? Hockey tomorrow night.
We're gonna be busy.
I think there's a double header and Wednesday's a triple header. Oh. Yeah. Instant. Yeah, she's got a new role, new career, new money. I can't see it. More Katna. On a night when Eric and Glenn have nothing to say, what are your hot takes, Eric? What are your
I know.
I don't even have a take. I don't even have a
man.
cold.
My hot takes have been used up.
Yeah.
All I'm doing is reiterating everything. That's the only thing. That's why it sucks when there isn't any news. All you could, as far as baseball is concerned, it's pretty much just what's going on with the playoffs.
Yeah, I don't even have a lukewarm take today. Glenn, what is your Sharks prediction for the year? I'll talk about it tomorrow on Shark Bites on the Northern California Sports and Entertainment Network. We're going to talk about the Sharks opening night. We did a little post-game show after playoff sports talk last night. Eric, I had about a dozen of our friends come over. We talked a lot of hockey for an hour last night. I said, we're going to go 15-minute show, and you know what happens then?
It didn't.
Went for an hour. So it was great. It was great. And surprisingly, the guys from our chat here that jumped over talking hockey with me, very, very educated.
There
Had a lot of questions. Brought up a lot of great topics. Who were the greatest goaltenders of all time, the greatest franchises of all time. We talked a little bit about who would win the Stanley Cup, all kinds of stuff. It was great. That hour flew by. I don't know about you guys. I was like, oh, geez, an hour. Better sign off. I could have went all night. Monday Night Football. I think Kansas City won, right? So I didn't watch. I watched between innings. So I watched about 2 minutes tops of the football game. Really didn't care. My fantasy football team was out. It was over anyway. Mo G says he lost in fantasy football this week too.
Oh, did he?
Yeah. I lost to D-Shot. He said he lost to Farhan, whoever Farhan is.
Oh, no.
Mo G, I feel your
I don't know how did Will's team or did mine and Will's team win? Because Will's all in charge. I haven't heard whether or not we won or not.
Let me just see what the score was. What's your team name? Do you even know that?
And something about MREs. I can't remember.
All right, let's see how Eric did in fantasy football. Okay, the league overview shows us Eric and Will got beat 131-91 by the dumpster diving disasters.
We got beat by the dumpster divers.
Yeah, the DDDs. So you're 2-2.
Damn.
I'm 4-1.
Right?
Actually, wait a sec. I don't think they've.
Damn.
Wait a second. Maybe they haven't been updated, Eric. No, you're going to lose. It hasn't been reflected in the standings, but it's 131-91 for the dumpster diving disasters. D-Shot beat me 140-91.
Wow.
Yeah, there were some lopsided. Oh, talk about a nail biter. Don't Murray. Be happy. Scored 139, and the Niner gang scored 127. That's a close game. Other winners today, as we wrap up week 5, I Hate Crapman won. Cryptic Bulldogs won.
That's Heroku.
Okay, Farhan's Edie beat Moji's, and Don't Murray beat the Niner gang. Let me take I'm going to sneak a peek at week 6, see who we're playing. You're playing I Hate You, Crapman.
Oh, we're playing Heroku. Okay, nice.
And I'm playing. Ooh, out of the frying pan into the proverbial fire. I've got the Cryptic Bulldogs. I'm in first. He's sitting in 8th. Cryptic. Anyway, this is a whole lot of fun. Not taking it overly serious.
Yeah.
Just and so far no shenanigans. Everybody's getting along. It's great. So we're having a good year.
It's all good.
That was a whole lot of fun.
What's up, Fosse? Man, I don't even know what else to talk about. I'm all baseball talked out. I pretty much hit every damn thing.
Mark Hatton thinks Farhan's going to go to Miami to be with Kapler. I think it's going to be a while before you see him take a position in baseball at that capacity. Maybe never again.
Well, you know what? If I was him, I would take a break, man.
Head of analytics, maybe head of brokerage firm before he goes even back to baseball. He's just going to go get a high-paying job and move on.
Well, he's
not
getting
going to be
paid.
GM.
He's getting paid for not having to do anything.
Get me a gig like that, Eric.
Yeah, I know. He's getting paid millions for doing nothing.
It's one of the weirdest things when I was a kid I couldn't understand about baseball. So wait a sec, Dad. So you mean he's getting paid by the other team to hit a home run against them?
Mm-hmm.
That's right, son.
Yes, Fosse. We went over that.
That's business. Jesus. Yes, we talked. Yeah, Fosse must come in late every night. Did you guys talk about Will Clark stuff yet?
Yeah, we already got that in
detail. I think Eric and I have talked about everything that was meant to be talked about tonight. We even talked about tomorrow's pitchers. So we've got the Phillies at the Mets tomorrow afternoon. The night game is the Dodgers heading down south, an hour away, probably by 50 minutes by plane, taking on the Padres. Petco, my favorite park. All right, I'm heading out of here. I don't know about you.
Yeah, I'm done.
18 is more than enough for me, guys.
Yeah, I'm done, man.
Yeah,
no, we talked a little bit about Giant stuff. Actually, I think we did more Giants than we did the damn postseason, but it's all good. Yeah, Nick Ahmed is on the Padres, if I'm not mistaken. No, I'm not mistaken. No, it's not, PK.
Oh, no, it's not. Hey, our league is definitely not free. The tinfoil hat, the conspiracies. All right, D-Shot, laters, man. Congrats this week on your win. I can admit defeat. You beat me fair and square. I had a bad week.
It happens, man.
I'll see you in the playoffs, D-Shot. See ya, buddy. All right, Eric, I'm heading out of here.
Yeah, let's get out of here, guys.
See you tomorrow night for another edition of Playoff Sports Talk Live, brought to you by BetterCreditCards.com. By the way, Eric, find the best credit card for you and apply easily and securely online at BetterCreditCards.com. See you tomorrow night, 8 o'clock.
Right. See you guys tomorrow. Woo!
You've been watching Giant Sports Talk Live with Eric and Glenn, a Northern Lights Entertainment Broadcasting production.